Hi, I'm Malorie from Third Mind Open. Our channel is for highly intellectual people pursuing inner enlightenment. Today, I'm going to talk about why are people transgender? I got my research hat for this one, y'all. You see, I'm transgender, and I wanted to talk about the science behind gender variance. In particular, I want to talk about white matter and gray matter in the brain, because it's actually different amongst genders, be they trans or cis. Cis means biological gender or natal born, whichever floats your boat. So let's think about your brain as a pool. There's the shallow end, there's the deep end. There's also the hot tub, but we're not going to get into that right now. The deep end would be your cortex, your corpus callosum, the interior part of your brain. This is where the white matter and the gray matter happen the most. Sex determination, the way we are coded into biological sex, is complicated on itself. There are more options than just male and female. Countless instances of species that can actually transition from one sex to another within a single lifetime. With most mammals, however, the majority of individuals are cisgendered, and transgender individuals are estimated to comprise less than 1% of the U.S. population. There was a study done, and there's a picture. Bloop. So, there was a study done where they were mapping the white matter volume of trans men, trans women, cis men, and cis women. And what they found was very interesting. What they found was that trans men had a very similar white matter mapping to cis men. Now, they go on to show this graph that first and foremost is gender identity genetic. It seems yes, though.
As with most traits involving identity, there is some environmental influence. One classic way for scientists to test whether a trait is influenced by genetics is twin studies. Identical twins have the exact same genetic background and are usually raised in the same environment. Fraternal twins, however, share only half their genes, but tend to be raised in the same environment. Thus, identical twins tend to share a trait more than fraternal twins. That trait is probably influenced by genetics. Several studies have shown that identical twins are more often both transgender than fraternal twins, indicating that there is
indeed genetic influence. That's pretty interesting. So what genes might be responsible? The bed nucleus is the stria terminalis, and sexually dimorphic nucleus of transgender women are more similar to the cisgender woman than those of cisgender men, suggesting that the general brain structure of these women is in keeping with their gender identity. So that is from Harvard. There's also this one from the Health Clinic. Talks about when we look at the transgender brain, we see the brain resembles the gender that the person identifies as. And we also find functional similarities between the transgender brain and its identified brain. And what was unique was that when trans women had undergone hormone replacement therapy, their brains more closely matched cis women. Some of these people had never gone through hormone therapy. In fact, a lot of them hadn't. And there were test groups of each kind. So it was found that trans men had a very similar brain mapping to cis men. Now, what about trans women? Interestingly enough, trans women had a unique brain mapping. And the brain mapping was so unique that it doesn't classify as either gender. You see, these findings are very interesting because it's just more proof that our genitalia and our brains aren't really connected, in the sense that they are like a telltale sign where if you have a certain genital, you have a certain brain. We're seeing that the brain chemistry is totally different than the genitalia chemistry with regards to trans people. We need to do more research, which I'm totally fine with, but the results that we've seen so far is that there's a clear difference in the brains of transgender people versus cisgender people. And these differences are what people are talking about. And these areas of your brain are the areas of your brain that associate with your body, that you associate with your body. So your brain is literally incongruent with your body through science. It's just, it blows my mind because, you know, people are constantly like, where's the proof? Where's the proof? It's here. Yeah, there needs to be more studies done. There needs to be more research done. So the short answer to why are people transgender? It's simple. It's brain chemistry. Maybe you don't understand transgender people. It's probably your brain chemistry. We have to realize that trans people have been around for a very long time. And now the science is showing that there's literally differences in our brains. And while there's definitely need for more research, the evidence is pretty conclusive. It's consistent among researchers. And that's when you know that there's truth. When there's still consistency among different researchers in different times. So are transgender people the same? Probably not. Does that matter? No. We don't need to worry about being the same because we're all unique expressions. We all get to be our unique selves. There are some people who don't have a brain that's gendered either way because of the white matter, the deep part, the connection to the body. And so the body is not what reflects gender, it's the brain. And I really sincerely appreciate you guys watching. If you found value in this video, please like it, share it with someone who might also benefit. And if you want to see us make more videos, we have more videos. Me and my friend Manu, who's from Germany, we make videos together, even though we're on completely other sides of the world. And together we are Third Mind Open. We're here for the highly intellectual people pursuing inner enlightenment. Hippies for hippies. I love you, and I hope you all have a fantastic day. Bye. So what was interesting was that trans women who had undergone